think one of the first breakthroughs I had was hearing a track of mine on BBC Radio 1. deadmau5 had a radio show at the time and would select tracks for it. And he played my track, Forbidden City, from my concept EP. And he made some snarky remark about the sound design. And like hearing my name and hearing him comment on the track was so eye-opening. I remember freshman year in college, I was getting very into electronic music at the time, started going to a lot of shows, and I kind of became fascinated with DJing and really wanted to learn. And as silly as it sounded, I literally remember being a freshman in my dorm room and like trying to mix by like playing YouTube videos into other YouTube videos. I'm definitely the kind of person that when I find something I really like, I want to go as deep as possible. And in the past, that may have been things like poetry or science fiction, and for now it happens to be electronic music. And it definitely influences both the way I make music as well as the way I conduct my career, and that I really want to become as disciplined and as studious as possible. Having studied literature and authors for so much of my life really impacts the way I approach my own music and my own concepts. And I think I realized what I'm really trying to do is to build these larger worlds with everything I do, to give people something that they can really get absorbed and lost in, whether that be a concept EP or building a live show that is very immersive in nature, where it's not just you playing music, it's you presenting this entire landscape with it, this entire world that is ultimately going to take someone somewhere new and ideally inspire them to pursue their own form of creativity. I was at a modern art museum and I noticed this one piece that was just this mattress hanging suspended in the air. And I was like, that's such a strange art piece. Like, it's a sculpture, I guess? And I went up and examined it, and it just had the heading, RINZEN, a moment of sudden awakening in Japanese. And it kind of stuck in my brain for a while after there, stumbling upon this name, almost like I was stumbling upon this moment of realization, like the word itself. I became really attached to that word, and I'm half Japanese, and so the word kind of spoke to my heritage. I had the opportunity to play New Year's Eve at Output in New York with Eric Prydz, and for someone who was a fan of Eric Prydz and still is, that was such a huge moment for me, getting to open for him. Those were kind of my first real DJ gigs too, were playing those Output shows with Prydz. And I remember preparing for something like 6 weeks straight. There were 3 shows and I wanted like each show to be unique and to not play any of the same tracks. So I spent a long time just preparing and making the sets as polished as they could be. I think a lot of my process is almost like searching around in the dark, you know, just trying all these different things, looking for that single moment that's just gonna kick off this whole project. And then once you find that sound or that groove or that bass line, that's that moment when time starts to slip away and like you know what to do next, you know. But I think if you can learn to let go a little bit, to trust in the process, to trust in the fact that if you're putting in the time and the work, you're going to get better and eventually you're going to get to that place you want to be. It's been really exciting for me.